Please, I beg of you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Fistful of Dice. My name is Matt, and I'm losing my mind. I started the stream and was talking for, I don't know, like 2.5 minutes.
I think so. I'm still not. Yep. Oh, there we go. Now we are officially live.
Okay, there we go. And I'm going to turn my gain down a little bit. Nope, that's up. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I was talking for like 2 minutes and the stream was not live. So I apologize.
We need to form a club.
Yes, the club of people who don't hit go live on YouTube.
Yep. And we'll go around teaching people how not to hit go live on YouTube.
It's really weird because it has never happened to me before, but then you mentioned it happening, and it's happened to me twice now.
Yep. That's all you need to do is know that you can fail in that regard, in that way, and you'll do it. Oh
my God. Ridiculous. So, as I was saying before I realized that I wasn't streaming, I'm rearranging my office. Obviously, things look a little different, so I'm a little disoriented here. I'm in a different corner. The desk is rotated 90 degrees, and I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. But
your brain
Barker is here. Barker's here. Hey, Barker.
Hey, I'll take over.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead and take a nap on that really comfy looking chair behind you.
Oh yeah, this chair right here. This is my Friday chair.
Can you rotate the camera around and give us a tour of the new space?
Yeah.
You have it?
So my desk used to be here going lengthwise this way. So then you could see there's the bookshelf that's normally behind me, right? And then that's my little reading corner over there. And then everything that used to be on my desk is sitting in a pile over there. So I have to deal with that. But the goal here is I wanted to, be facing a window. So now there's a window right here, which in addition to being good for like lighting, is really nice for my dumb brain, especially in the winter months, to be able to look outside and be like, don't worry, dumb brain, you don't live in a cave. There's sunlight right there, which helps. And also, I wanted to be able to shift everything kind of over into the corner and get a little bit more desk space because I'm doing more and more like crafty things in my office, like Gunpla, and like I'm working on Warhammer minis and stuff. So I wanted a good portion of my desk to be able to be that without taking up my workspace. So I think it'll be good. I'm thinking about moving the bookshelf over against this wall so that it's still my kind of like backdrop, but I
think it'll look really good over there, actually.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think it'll open up the room a little bit and make it feel a little bit roomier. Not that I really love my office. I just, for some reason, was feeling like, you know what, it's time to switch some stuff around. So, so today we're starting a new stream, and I hope that it's fun, and I hope that it's something that people enjoy because I would love to do it more often. And the basic gist is we're going to work on Gundam models. So Gunpla, like this guy here, and Barker's working on the Kshatriya from Gundam Unicorn, which is a dope bad guy mobile suit. And basically like talk about what we're working on and talk a little bit about game design and like, for instance, like how we would recreate these things in something like the Mecha hack, which I think will be really fun. So that's the basic gist. And I'm going to try and do this guy in one sitting. That's the goal. I want to try and finish this guy in one sitting. I think it's possible. It's not a super complicated kit. I'm hoping.
I think it might be difficult for you to do that in one sitting because this song, this playlist that you've got going on is just too. This one in particular. I might take a little nap on my desk.
You're gonna take a little nap.
I might cuddle up with my Kshatriya here and.
Tuckled up with the Kshatriya.
What is that? Is that person plucking a nylon acoustic guitar?
It sounds like it. So, I'm gonna get my camera into Gunpla position.
Crotch mode activated.
Crotch mode activated. And we're gonna work on this kit. So I'm working on, this is the, it's a high grade. It's the 1/144 scale. This is the RX-77D Guncannon mass production type. So this is like the, in the original Mobile Suit Gundam, there was the Guncannon. This is like the mass production version of the Guncannon, which I think is cooler than the original Guncannon. So it's also cool because I am playing, I'm piloting this suit in a upcoming Mecha Hack game, and so that's kind of my motivation on working on it. And then Barker, what are you working on?
I am making sure that my internet is working right now. I'm working on this. Oh crap! So I failed to bring the lid. Oh no, it's right here. So I'm pretty new to Gundam, to just Mecha in general. Sort of like I played the BattleTech Clicks game. It wasn't BattleTech, Mech Warrior Clicks game. I was somewhat into BattleTech early on. I always enjoyed the video games that were released. I never really, you know, I just never got the exposure to a Gundam Wing or anything else like
For sure.
that. So when I found Unicorn and when I saw this baddie, my God, this box is huge. It really is massive.
It's a huge kit.
When I first saw the Kshatriya, which I think is a Hindu warrior caste, I think that's a name for that.
Oh, cool.
In my very brief and cursory research, and I saw it and I thought, I hope that is as cool as I think it is, because I had nothing to compare it to. So I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. It can't get much better than that, right? Here's the deal. It can. Everything's really cool. I've since learned about the diversity of what's cool in Gundam, in the Gundam universe.
For sure.
But it is still my favorite. It is so freaking cool the way it's got those 4 shoulder wings. It's like, it's got just a rad look about it.
It is one of the cooler designs, I think, that has come out of recent Gundam. It's very, like, striking, you know? And I think with Mecha, like, a lot of it comes down to, like, the silhouette. And, like, the Kshatriya has such an interesting, like, silhouette, like a shape to it, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, yeah, it's a pretty simple kit. It's 4 runners, including the polycap runner, and the last kit that I worked on was a master grade Jesta, and it had 12 runners. So this is much more manageable, I think, in a single sitting.
Is that smaller than a 30-minute mission, or slightly bigger?
It's about the same size as a 30-minute mission.
Okay, cool.
Probably more pieces overall, but in terms of scale, it's the same scale as a 30-minute mission. Okay. And then I'm going to try something today that I've never done before. I'm going to do a little bit of kit bashing. So I've got some leftover pieces from some other kits. Like I've got like some Zaku armor pieces that I didn't use. I have a full-on, this whole runner is a bazooka, 1/144 scale bazooka.
Freaking rocket.
Yeah, it's a rocket launcher with a big rocket mag on it. I might use that for something. Nice. And I've got these cool missile pods. Let's see if I can show them off a little bit.
Oh, I kind of see them.
But you can see like the
F1,
missiles.
Fox 3.
Yeah, these little missile pods that I might try to attach to the shoulders. And then in doing that, I want to have that come across in like the mechanics of the suit. So like if I add rocket launchers, I want one of my modules to be a rocket launcher, that sort of thing.
That's really cool. I think that's a really cool way to incorporate the Gunpla to the game.
Yes.
And to appreciate it more.
So we're going to start here. Looks like
voice.
The first thing we're going to do is the chest. Yes, Chris Barker is working on the Kshatriya.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Chris. I am building the Kshatriya.
Quite a few viewers. I do want to say while people are here hanging out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stat out this kit either as like a player character, an enemy stat block, or like a mission. And I'm going to put it up on my Patreon this week. So if you're interested in seeing the mechanics of this kit come together, you can check it out on my Patreon. There's a link down in the description, but it's patreon.com/MattClick.
I think that's such a cool thing. For some reason, I thought you said that earlier, so I thought we would. But that's like
I may have said it before we went live. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. But that's such a cool way to play the game.
Yeah. Oh, and then the other thing I was going to talk about is I was going to potentially paint this guy. I was going to do a custom color scheme, and I did a test paint on a shield that I had extra laying around. And I don't have an airbrush. I just have acrylic paints, water-based acrylic paints, and paintbrushes. And even out of focus, you can see the brush strokes on this piece. It's rough. It looks very bad. So
looks weathered a little bit.
Yeah, weathered in not a good way. So we're not going to be doing painting until I manage to get myself an airbrush at some point. So, all right.
Gosh, your office is going to have an airbrush corner and then a laptop corner for your writing work and editing work.
Yep. My office is going to turn into a Gunpla office.
It's going to be your entire house.
A Gunpla house.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Gunpla house.
Is it going to be like a house that is a Gundam?
Ooh, see, I'm into that. Very into that. All right, so it looks like the first piece I'm doing here is the chest piece. I need B20 and B19.
Do you look ahead to see what you're building?
I sometimes do. Sometimes I let it become a surprise.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna let this become a surprise. I have no idea what I'm working on, but I'm about to connect two pieces together, and that always feels so good.
Ugh, I love it. Yep. All right, PCD. Oh, cool. Havoc Bringer guy says, you guys have done it. I'm going to dig up some background HG kits. Oh, backlogged HG kits and build along with you guys. That's awesome.
Rad.
Chris says, I'm doing meal prep right now, but I really should get around to my MG Barbatos. I've had a Master Grade Barbatos on my wish list for a while, but... So... I really enjoyed doing the Master Grade Jesta, but it was a lot. It took a long time, and I took a huge break in between because I just kind of got burned out on it. As much as I love the larger scale of the Master Grades, I think I prefer high grades just for the ease of build, and I feel more comfortable like kit bashing and doing decals and weathering and stuff like that. So
also the size being smaller is more shelf friendly.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, I can't fit a ton of Master Grades in my house. I will run out of room very, very quickly. All right. Cool. Lloyd's here working on. He's doing some Tyranids, some Warhammer stuff.
Nice. Hey Chris, when are you gonna do a Patreon for your cooking? Teach me how to cook.
Drop pan.
I'm just saying, Patreons are springing up. Drop pan, drop olive oil, drop garlic. What do you drop into a pan? Because we have I like a little bit of garlic to start it because it really like gets it bubbly.
Oh yeah, you get the oil all garlicky and get your aromatics in there. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. KX32 Washington, your choice.
To Gunpla and Lo-Fi.
Beautiful. Starring the cool, peripatetically chill Matt Click.
Peripatetically, wow.
I don't know if peripatetically is a word. I know peripatetic is a word, but it's peripatetically chill.
I'm into it.
Look, I built these things.
You see?
That's a thing.
Ooh, what is that? It looks like a vent of some kind.
It's a thing that's going to go into a place, I assume.
Cool, a thing that's going to go into a place. I'm into it. Drop rice. Oh my god.
Jesus, guys, get it together. Lloyd, when are you gonna start your Get It Together Patreon, where we all collectively go to get it together, to get our shit together?
To get it together.
And you can also paint minis while teaching us how to get our shit together.
Yep, I'm into it. All right. Here we go. Doing a little plastic cement on here because I want to try to get the seam line to disappear a little bit. So you do a little plastic cement, which melts the plastic just slightly, and then you shove the pieces together, and it helps them bond and not have the like super gnarly looking seam line in there.
Yes.
It's a trick I learned from YouTube, baby.
Ooh. Never heard of it. What's that?
I've never heard of YouTube.
I recently unmonetized all of my YouTube videos.
Same.
Like you did.
Yeah, I did the same, yeah.
I took that inspiration from you because I knew something weird was... I think I sent you that message. I was like, dude, I was trying to listen to a Provokers game, and I had an ad every 20 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, especially for like a longer video. It's like you're getting 7, 8, 9, 10 ads. Like it's you know how you can see the little like yellow like dash where there's a commercial on the
yes,
on the like slider. It was like
just like
dash. Yeah, it was just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. So I'm glad that I demonetized. There was a time when it was a little bit more important for me to be like making a little bit of supplemental money on YouTube, but especially with me like just making fewer videos and doing more like live streams and stuff became less of a need and more of a just an extra bonus thing. So I got my final ad payment the other day, and that'll be it for the rest of my days.
That's really cool that you can take a step away from that being a revenue source or whatever. That's neat that you can focus on what you want, like writing,
totally,
editing.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think it was nice to make a little bit of money doing it, just because it was something that I was devoting like quite a bit of time to. But now, obviously, I mostly just come on here when I feel like just chilling out and having fun. So,
yep.
This is telling me A8, but this is C.
A8 does not exist.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. The A parts are these little yellow vents here, so I need to cut those out.
If it is not in the library, it does not exist.
Yeah. Hey, Jeremy's here.
Pretty prideful statement, Jedi librarian.
Dwight is here.
Jeremy! Exclamation point.
Hey, guys.
Dwight! Exclamation point.
Thanks for showing up, hanging out with us. And I'm still trying to figure out like exactly how I want the camera set up. I almost wonder if I want to do like a like just capture the zoom and do like speaker view or something so that people can see your screen big occasionally too.
I've got a guy I know named Lloyd Collins who makes sweet overlays, and he just made one for Keel, who has the Patreon Run Right Play, and myself at Inspire the Story Patreon. And we have one big screen and 2 corner screens for our faces.
Oh.
Because I think it'd be really cool for, listen, I love 9 Inch Nails. I love 9 Inch Nails more than anyone I know.
And you love my gut sitting here, but
it's second only to your gut that's sitting there. And but people like me, we like your face too.
Right. Yep. For sure.
It's not just about your body.
No, onlyfans.com/MattClick. Don't go there. It's not real yet.
I'd do it. Yet. I'd go there. Okay.
That's why I don't need YouTube revenue anymore, is because I'm doing OnlyFans.
Nice.
All right, so I'm doing the it's like the back of the chest. This is coming together pretty quickly. So my goal is I would really love to do detailing on this. So that would be like, panel lining and maybe doing some little spots of color with some Gundam markers. And then do some decals and weathering. That's my kind of goal today. But if we don't get to that, we'll do another stream at some point where we get to. But I think it'd be cool if we were able to.
In what fight was your Mecha infamously weathered in? Where did it achieve most of its damage?
So, in the backstory of this guy, so
I'm talking about you, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about me.
Not you, I guess your character.
Yeah, my character. So, the idea is, so his name is Ruben Rhino Reeves. So he goes by Rhino, and that's also kind of the name of his mobile suit. But so he is, he's a former tank operator. He sort of cut his teeth running tanks, and then eventually doing the gun tanks, like the precursors to the mobile suits. And then when the 1 Year War started and mobile suits became the chief form of weapon, he piloted one of these gun cannons, and he fought through the entirety of the 1 Year War. So I think he fought mostly on Earth, not in space. And so I think that he probably was on the front in Southeast Asia and sustained most of the wear and tear and weathering on his suit from those battles.
Damn. I wonder if he has like advanced hearing aids. Working in tanks for so long, you'd start to lose your hearing.
Yep, totally. I think that's absolutely the case. It's cool too. One of the other players is actually running a gun tank. He's going to do a Titan chassis gun tank, and we have this idea that he was like, the gun tank is huge on the inside. It is supposed to be a crew, but I pilot it by myself, and so we were like, let's replace the inside, like the crew thing, with like quarters, like little cabins with like cots and stuff. So like when we're out on a mission, like we all like bunk up inside the big gun tank.
Oh my god.
Which is like such a cool idea, I think.
Yeah, it is. That's rad. Wait. I have a knack for cutting more pieces than I need. So I build, and especially in these tiny little spools, they're called the PC ones for me. I don't know if you can see me or if I'm frozen.
Oh yeah, the poly caps. Yep.
Yeah. I have a tendency to cut them out when I don't need them yet, and I'm like, oh crap. So I have a pool of them slowly accumulated.
Can I tell you, I literally just did that. I cut out a poly cap I did not need. And it's like, was like, oh shit, and I had to set it aside.
I have a sort of little mobile desk. I'm going to try to show it to the camera, but it's going to be a little bit difficult because the camera's affixed to a tripod. But don't want the Kasha Trio to be hurt. But you can see my name, Barker, there, and I have little spots that I keep everything. This used to be for, and I mentioned this in the last stream that we did with Gunpla, the X-Wing miniatures game, for carrying your miniatures from table to table during a tournament, like a nerd.
I love it.
But I love that game, yeah.
Didn't Heather get that for you?
Heather did. Heather special ordered this for me for our anniversary. It was our
It's a good kitty.
wood anniversary.
Yeah.
Have at, chat.
Have at. Go ahead and make a joke.
Go ahead and make your jokes.
Make your joke.
Make your jokes.
All right. So this is the torso. Actually, I'm going to do a little plastic cement so I don't have these gnarly seam lines here, because I don't think I'll need to access inside of that. Famous last words.
Nice. No, I squished one of the. What'd you call these? The PC? I keep thinking PCP. That's not what it is.
They're polycaps.
Different thing. Polycaps.
Yeah, they're like the softer plastic. Normally, they're used for joints.
Yeah.
For joints that can move on the kit.
I have tinnitus from listening to too much metal, Josh.
Same. Well, it's that and being in a band for a long time. And not wearing ear protection during rehearsals and gigs.
That is no joke, man. It's important.
It is. And eventually I invested in a nice pair of earplugs that would allow me to still hear the music, but that would cut out the harmful frequencies. But that was after some of the damage had already been done, so. All right. So I just did a little plastic cement on this torso piece because it's the two halves that slat together, and the plastic cement will bond those together and make it so that I can kind of sand it off, and then there won't be as noticeable of a seam line there. Some people get crazy and they'll actually they'll cut off little bits of the runner and melt it in plastic cement and then use that as almost like a welding material.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's gold border talk. That's next level.
That is absolutely gold border talk.
Warm because we have the heat on because we're having a cold, overcast day. But tell that to this closed room I'm in with the heater on. And my swampy nothing.
Everything. Your swampy everything.
Polycaps, aka angel.
Your swampy polycaps.
My swampy polycaps. Too much does not compute. The Harmful Frequencies is my second solo album, is what Lloyd said. I want to know what the first solo album was.
Charting it. Hits the charts at 357.
What?
That's okay. So the other night I had some friends over and we were sitting around and somehow Creed came up. The band Creed came up.
Oh, of course.
And
of course.
We were like, I wonder what Scott Stapp is up to. And so we spent some time Googling Scott Stapp and reading up on his solo albums, and found out that his latest solo album, which came out in 2019, hit the charts and peaked at number 357.
Oh, wow. That is coincidentally the same number of people that purchased it, and their mean age is 45.
Yep. 100%.
Can't you doing? Scott Stapp is a name I've not heard in a long time.
Now that is a name I have not heard in a long time. I played bass primarily, Nick, but I also at one point was filling in on drums. And I did backup vocals.
He was the movie. There was shoot. Oh crap! What's that movie called? Damn it! What a waste of a good joke.
What is it gonna be?
Hold on. The movie Whiplash was based on Matt Click's time as
a jazz drummer.
As a drummer in a jazz ensemble.
Yep. Not my time.
Not my tempo.
That movie is so good, and I will never watch it again.
Oh man, it is so good. What's cool? Okay, so I've recently found a YouTube channel called Lessons from the Screenplay, and this person does videos on. Well, first of all, his name is Michael, and that to me usually means it's a very trustworthy person. Oh, nice chest. Clearly.
Nice chest.
Sorry, nice chest piece, man. I didn't mean.
Thanks.
It's not something you could usually just say to someone, Barker. But he does videos where they're about 15 minutes long, and he goes through a movie or a series of movies, and he talks about story structure and character development and character arcs.
I love stuff like that. One of my favorite YouTube channels is Every Frame a Painting. You've ever watched that?
No.
He does cinema analysis. Normally he focuses on one director, where he'll kind of go through the director's filmography and focus on one aspect of their filmmaking style, what makes them unique and distinct. And it's really entertaining. It's really, really well done.
That sounds really cool. I'm going to check that out.
So I'm doing the cannons. There are these big cannons on the shoulders, And the cool thing about these cannons is they rotate up and down. So the cannons are actually stored in dude's backpack. You can kind of see it on this picture here. The cannons on the shoulder, he can kind of store them in the backpack so they come up and down into the backpack, which is cool. Jeremy, so oftentimes the kits will come with a ton of like little weapons and like grenades and oftentimes extra bits. And I think most people who do like minis or models, they have like a bits box, right? Which is just like extra stuff that they ended up not using. And so I talked about that a little bit. I'm going to do some kit bashing on this guy because I got in my bits box and I have a bazooka that I haven't used. I've got some missile tubes, some extra little armor. He's going to have an axe.
A bunch of weapons a lot of times too.
Yeah, he's going to have this axe. I'm going to give him an axe, which is cool.
Oh, sick. Just going to throw it to techno music.
And yeah, like Barker said, it's oftentimes weapons because in the anime and stuff, like you'll see him with a lot of different weapons, and so the kits will usually come with like, here's more weapons that they could possibly ever hold.
I know. What I need is to kit bash together a setup with 8 arms so I can hold all the bullpup machine guns that I have.
All the bullpups.
Every bullpup. I want to make a bullpup Gundam where I have just 8 bullpups.
It's just made out of bullpups.
7 bullpups and a beam sword.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Maybe 4 arms with bullpups, 4 arms with beam swords. What's too weird?
Listen, I'm into it. There's probably a series where that actually exists too. So
I sure hope so.
Yeah, I save runners too, Chris. I'm totally a plastic hoarder. I'm just like, I might use this for something. So what I'm making right now, I think is this is the joint mechanism that will hold the cannons in place and allow them to swivel up and then back and down, which is cool. I've always had a soft spot for like grunt mobile suits in Gundam, so like non-Gundam, like special suits, the Guncannons and the GMs and stuff like that, where it's like just like regular dudes piloting them. Mm-hmm. I just always have enjoyed the look of them and kind of the feel of that. That's one of the reasons why I love O8MS Team as a series, is because it focuses more on those kinds of pilots. Than they're still in Gundams, but they're like, we built these Gundams out of poop that we found in the backyard, sort of deal.
Poop that we found?
Yeah, I don't know. Not poop, but like scrap bits.
I think we should kit bash together a
Poop Gundam
series. Yeah, Poop Gunpla series.
Poop Gundam. It's a Gundam.
I love these little hoses.
Yes.
There's like little hoses that I'm going to attach. Because again, I don't really know what this is yet because I haven't looked ahead, but
right.
I like hoses.
Yep. That's very like that's very Xeon, like the hoses. All the Zakus and stuff always have hoses. That's another reason why I really like the Kashatria, is it doesn't really... You can tell it's a Xeon suit just by looking at it, because it has the kind of the look of a Xeon suit.
Those jets too, I think.
Yep.
The thrusters. It's interesting because I'm okay with the Xeon look. I'm all right with it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I really like that the Kashatria is reminiscent of it, and like you can tell it's one, but it's not the same exact thing.
It's
that you're
clearly
used to
like special. Yeah, it's its own thing. It's not a mass-produced suit. It's a like experimental, super hyper advanced sort of thing. That's why I like Paladins, is the idea that like the Paladins, you guys are soldiers, you're created to be soldiers, but each of you has a totally unique suit that is like geared towards your style of fighting and strategy and stuff. 2019.
Can't help myself. This music.
It's so good. This is my preferred Gunpla music, if I'm being honest.
I would hope that you were.
Oops, super glue and baking soda is my favorite plastic weld. Jeremy says. And
I would trust what
if Jeremy says it, you're like, yep.
Oh, it's like, oh shoot, that's cool. I didn't realize
that dude knows what's up.
The dude knows what's up.
Ooh, Chris says you can do things like cut the barrels off of bullpup machine guns and use them for chest-mounted cannons in custom kits. Oh shit, that's a good idea, Chris. It's really cool.
You just gonna tear up my bullpup like that?
You're gonna tear up a bullpup?
I would. I'd tear up a bullpup if it gave me machine guns. Like
now I have a
extra machine guns without arms. Again, we discussed earlier the lack of arms is the problem.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm doing the shoulder cannons right now, and I'm actually gonna do a little detail work on them ahead of time because it'll be easier to do it before I put them together. I'm gonna keep most of it gray, but I'm gonna do the interior part of the barrel like a silver so that it looks like two different kinds of metal. I think it'll look cool.
Cool. Okay.
Here, actually, I need to check my phone. I haven't.
Why are their barrels showing if they are bullpups? Bullpups have barrels. They're just loaded behind the trigger housing.
Yep. Yeah, that's Barker told me what I always just was like, I don't know, it just looks like a bullpup. Like I didn't know what made it a bullpup, and then as soon as Barker was like, it's because the magazine is behind the trigger, I was like, oh, got it. That's why they look the way they do.
Filled with useless knowledge that will only be good during the apocalypse.
And
when we have nothing to do but shooting and make stories to entertain ourselves around campfires. As we burn books to keep ourselves warm.
Like in Day After
Tomorrow. No one reads them anymore. Like in Day After Tomorrow.
It's my favorite part of that movie.
Is that your favorite part? That's a good favorite part.
They're like,
it's a good favorite part.
Like, take the books off of those wooden tables and chairs and let's burn them for warmth.
Yep. My favorite part is when Dennis Quaid goes straight after Jake Gyllenhaal without realizing that that's kind of like a stupid thing to do. Because you can't help him. You know, you can't help the team. You'll just get there. I don't know. That movie's about a father losing his mind.
It kind of is, yeah.
D3 and A7.
Okay, I don't think I need to get crazy with the cleanup on this because I think that this is the part that slides into the barrel housing, but I still don't want to have the little bits sticking out.
You're really doing some. You're going to be doing some work on that one.
This is honestly, this is my favorite part of Gunpla is once you have the pieces off the runner and you're just kind of cleaning them up. I don't know why I find it very satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this
go flying. Oh no.
That's why the bullpup is good for it, Josh, is because if you have like a cannon in the chest of the Gundam, it's usually like embedded in the chest, like it's usually like slightly protruding. Like there are a few different models of Gundam that have like onboard weapons and cannons and things, and usually you want it somewhat embedded in the chest of the piece. So that's why the bullpup barrels are good for that. It's because you don't need a ton of length on them. So this guy actually has a little, you can see this little bullpup here comes in two pieces, and you can see that the barrel is just tiny.
I see what you mean, Josh. What's cool about that is that if you're piloting something with extra machine guns on the chest, basically in front of the pilot seat, then those rounds, those massive bullets are being fed into those machine guns right around the cockpit. So you'd hear that like gung, 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 gung.
Oh man, it's true, yeah.
Shake the cockpit as these bullets are loaded and fed and shot right next to your head.
Yep.
What if one blew up? Oh my god.
Oh shit, yeah.
What if they shot you right in that and it
went up?
That was a mix of tiger, someone me with sleep apnea, and an explosion. Go ahead, Matt. What were you going to say that was important?
No, it wasn't important. Just, it is always fascinated me, the idea of the size of the shells of these weapons. Like these cannons, these shoulder-mounted cannons are 240 millimeter cannons. Like, they're just huge, massive. And like the shells popping out the back of these things, like they have to land somewhere. And I remember there's a Gundam, it's a short limited series. It's called 0080 War in the Pocket. And there's a part where the mobile suits are fighting, and there's this woman, and she's running. She's trying to get away from the battle. And one of the spent shell casings out of the machine gun of one of these mobile suits hits her in the head and kills her instantly. And it's always just stuck with me of like, you don't really think about that with like, oh yeah, mechs are so cool, mechs are so awesome. But it's like, no, just think about just the energy getting outputted by these things, the heat, the shell casings, like it would just be insane.
Consider the size of these weapons and how a lot of the machine guns and like the sniper rifle is my favorite. I have one of these where the rifle at the front has something called a flash suppressor. So it's when you fire the rifle, the flames burst out the sides instead of out the front. Right, so it reduces recoil and whatever. And the sniper mecha has a flash suppressor on their rifle. And just looking at the size of it and considering how massive it would be and looking at the picture on the front, that burst of fire would burn someone in half. That would like char a Volkswagen. It would be so massive that I love watching. I love the idea of mecha interacting with the environment in that cool way.
Yeah, especially just like urban environments. It's always really cool because they're like towering over some buildings, but other buildings are taller than them, and it's like a really interesting sort of, I don't know, there's a lot of that in like the latter half of 08th MS Team takes place in like a ruined, like bombed out city, and there's so many cool things that happen in there where there's like there's a gun tank emplacement it's at the bottom of a skyscraper, and to get to it, the enemy shoots a hole in the top and falls through the building, shooting as they're falling through the building, and lands on top of the enemy. And it's like just the coolest, raddest shit you've ever seen.
That is so awesome. That's how a mecha does a heist.
Yes, exactly. So I'm gonna get out some of my little alligator clips here. These are amazing. These allow you to hold on to pieces. They're on the end of like basically bamboo stakes, and they allow you to hold on to pieces while you're doing detail work on them. So I'm gonna do that and do a little silver, metallic silver on these portions of the barrel, like I said, to give it that look of like a different kind of metal.
Cool. Dude, this track is really doing it for me right now.
Yeah, this is really good. This playlist in general is great. This is usually the playlist I put on. It's all public domain, and they change it up pretty often. So even if it's something you listen to a lot, they're putting new tracks on there all the time.
This is my tempo.
Oh, so one of the things I wanted to do while we were on this stream is I wanted to do some giveaways.
Oh, cool.
So what I'm going to do is I want to give away a PDF copy of Mecha Hack. I want to give away a physical copy of the Mecha Hack, and I want to give away one of these kits, RX-77D Guncannon. So we're going to be doing 3 giveaways during the stream, and when you win, you kind of pick which one you want. If you want a PDF, if you want a book, or if you want a kit. And if everyone chooses the same thing, that's fine. I'll send out 3 kits or 3 books or whatever. But yeah, you just let me know what you want when you win. So what we're going to do is I want everyone in the chat who wants to try and win something, give me a number between 1 and 20, and if you pick the same number as somebody else, the person who picked it first is gonna get it. But go ahead and do that in the chat, and in about 2 minutes I'm gonna roll a die and pick a winner.
That is really cool, man.
Thank you.
What? Another cool thing that I don't want you to not talk about is that the statting of this mech and other cool mechanical ways that you can utilize Mecha Hack is going to be available on your Patreon, and I think that's really dope.
Yep, at patreon.com/MattClick if you're interested in that.
It's super shilly, but it actually is really cool, and I freaking work with you. I get value in the Patreon, and I get to see your stuff anyway.
And we work at the same. We work at the same place.
We work at the same Chuck E. Cheese, man.
We do the same airport Pizza Hut.
I totally screwed this up. Hold up, what's happening here? Yo, oh, wait. What? Oh, yeah, okay. I figured it out. I'm pretty sure these are calves. Check out these calves.
Oh yeah. Oh, the yellow venting on there is so cool.
Yep.
That's very neat. Very, very neat.
It's like an interesting orange color, and I think that once I learn how to weather, I'm going to come back and weather some of this because...
Yeah, a little weathering goes a long way, and just kind of bringing the kit up, making it feel a little bit more... less chintzy toy and more like actual thing.
Yes.
Yeah, sprue is another thing. So, I've always just called them runners. I know. What do you call them, Barker? You have a different name for them.
Spools is what I've always known them as.
Barker's
spools.
calling them spools, and then Jeremy says sprue. I've heard sprue before, but generally, the sprues are the things that connect the pieces to the runner. That's how I've always understood it. So like, the runner has sprues on it connecting the pieces, but I think everyone calls them something different, which is funny.
That is funny. Did you ever do a second episode of your duo Iron Sworn with Tila, Matt?
Yes, we recorded it. I need to do some editing on it before I put it up on the Patreon, but it is recorded. I'm just super duper dragging my feet on it because I hate editing audio, so but that will be up soon. Shooting for one of those a month, I think, is the goal. That's kind of how Tila and I have time to be able to do those. It's just one episode a month, so. But yeah, that should hopefully. I'll try to get up that up this week, Nick, on the Patreon. I'll add that to my to-do list. This guy's shredding on the keys.
I was gonna say this dude. That's a guitar. Gotta be.
Barker, did I tell you that? So I did that stream where on the Patreon where I was laying out Harbinger, and it was like a 4-hour stream. It was just like a huge, massive undertaking. Yes. And the entire time I had music on, and I was riffing to it. I was like dancing to it. I was like doing little like solo like vocal effects over it. And then someone was like, "Hey, if you're listening to music, we can't hear it." And I hadn't had the music on for the whole time.
So you were just jamming out.
Yeah, people were just like literally listening to me, just sitting here going, "Yeah, woo, just like, oh my god, shut up."
Oh my god, shut up! No, that's so funny.
So these are the two. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that, but they're kind of like more of a gunmetal, like metallic looking. Now less plasticky, so those will be the inner barrel portions of the 240 millimeter cannons that this guy's packing on his shoulders.
What a professional! Holy crap!
So that's what I'd love to get into painting Gunpla at some point, but until then, using the Gundam markers to do little details, and then doing like decals and weathering and stuff. Oh, and panel lining. Panel lining is a huge thing too. Really make the kits look better if you're not painting them. So So I'm gonna go ahead and roll a d20 here, and we're gonna find out who won something. Let me grab a die. Where is my? Here it is. Here, and we'll roll it on camera. We've got big old pink d20. We'll go ahead and give that a roll. 19. And if someone didn't get 19, that means no one won this round. That we'll keep doing it.
Okay. Same numbers.
Same numbers. Okay. No one got 19. We got 17, 13, nope. 14, 12, 11, and 4. So, womp, 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 womp. No winners this time. We'll do another one in a few minutes. That's why you got to stick around. It's marketing, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Here,
check out this mug I'm drinking my coffee out of.
Keep calm and longboat. It's amazing. Lost Vikings, baby.
On the bottom it says "Get Viked."
I love that so much.
Hots and ready, which is the nerdiest, dorkiest thing ever.
Hots and ready.
Hots and ready.
I miss hots, man.
I miss hot and readies, man.
Also that.
I haven't had a hot and ready in a long time.
Hey, Gaming Ward. No, you're not too late. We're gonna continue to do giveaways every few minutes. In fact, what I'll do, I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. We'll do another giveaway in 10 minutes. How's that sound?
Nice.
So in 10 minutes, we'll do a giveaway. And Gaming Ward, we're doing books, PDFs, and model kits, whichever you prefer when you win. I will ship to Canada. I will ship to US and Canada, but I can only do PDFs otherwise. So if you're in the UK or elsewhere in the world, I will give you a PDF if you win. And if you already own the Mecha hack, you can always gift it to somebody else if you win. It's just a PDF code. So, oh, and Gaming Award, we'll do it. We'll do it in just a little bit. So, hold on to your number if you want 7. We'll do it in a little bit. Okay, I think these pieces are dry. They should be. Yep. All right. Let's go ahead and put the guns together here. So we've got our little joint piece, and this little guy goes in on the end, and then the barrel portion slips over the top, and then this piece gets a little part in there. Okay.
What Gundam are you building, the Gaming Ward? Oh, Nate Barker, when are we hanging out in the AbTab Discord again? Feels like it's been a while. So it has been a while, and I've been. The answer is, let's start this week. Like, what are you doing tomorrow morning? I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna jump into that AbTab Discord at like probably 8 a.m. my time, 8 to 9. I have recently been busy with 2 projects. One I can't talk about yet, and I'm really excited to talk about it. The other I can talk about it and do talk about. You can see the lighting behind me. I have had a Patreon going for a month now, and I have 14 incredible people who have supported me, and I've been doing a lot of filming with these lights, and am putting out some YouTube videos soon. and patrons get early access to those. And if you've ever heard me say, no, I'm getting YouTube videos put out soon, this is the time to listen to me. So go into the past if you need to. Take a time machine, go to the past and be like, bro, don't do it now. Just wait until he starts the Patreon, because then he'll have a fire under his patootie. And
got a patootie fire.
It's been really fun. I have daily writing prompts that I share over there, and I didn't mean for this to turn into a marketing thing, but that's why I haven't been in the Discord. So let's rock roll Discord. You and tomorrow, if you can't make it, I'll be there alone and weeping into my breakfast.
Nice, weeping into the breakfast. That's great.
It's kind of like a less sodium solution for making your eggs a little bit salty. Adding in your tears. Nice. Okay. The gaming word says it's an old man. He's building an old man Gundam.
I'm building an old man.
They're building an old man. They say it's an old non-grade Zaku from 2000. Ooh. It's the first kit I've painted, so I'm using it for practice. Just using Tamiya aerosol cans until I can get an airbrush set up.
Nice.
That's something very cool. Can respond to, I think, because you painting.
Yes, I was. I tried to do a paint job and it did not go well. So, I have a non-grade. Someone sent me. Jarl of Goats actually sent me a non-grade. Or no, it is graded. It's an HG, but it's this. I've worked on this on stream a couple times. It's a 2-pack. It has a Zaku 2 and the RX-79 ground type in it from 08th MS team. And it's like from the 90s. It's an old kit, but it's been super fun to work on. So
I just grew up missing all that cool lore, the Zeon and Zaku, and what I was greeted with when I first started jumping into the Gundam universe was multiple shows that began with a utopian celebration about how the world was always going to be better from here on out, and then it goes completely south within the first 10 minutes, and I'm like, okay, what a trope.
Yeah, got it.
Right. We're renaming it Year Zero. I can't remember what it beginning of Unicorn. Oops, no spoilers. That wasn't the spoiler.
That was the wait, what is this? I'm so confused. I got this. Okay, hang on.
Hang on.
Oh, I see.
A4. Greetings,
oh, no,
A4.
No, actually, that's not correct.
No, A4. I was thinking about getting a second camera too, Chris. I have some, but I would just need to set it up, and I would. Sounds crazy, but I want a microphone mount, but for a camera. And I know that I can retrofit one, but I would love to have a camera that I can move around and face downward, so I can have crafting stuff, or I can have like one of my story wheel worksheets or something, and still have my face on the screen, even though I sort of hate my face. But it will get a camera, because people need to see my lips move, apparently. Ooh, someone here? Ooh, someone just showed up. Let's see if they want to be on stream.
All right, so I've got these two cannons, and so I kind of wanted the inner part to be gunmetal and the exterior parts to be just regular gray, so I kind of messed up on that, but what I think I might do is just do the whole thing gunmetal, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, so Chris, I had a second camera, and Barker can attest to me. I tried to get it set up for this stream, and it just was not working. I think it's too old. It's my old, when I first started doing Fistful of Dice cam.
John Pintar's in the chat. Hey, man.
Hey, John. How's it going?
Says, I think everyone hates their face, Barker. Maybe. I think there's a... It's strange. That's a common quality I know of in very nice and good people. Really interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's one of my goals, is to become less negatively self-conscious.
It's a good goal.
What?
Oh, thanks, Nate. I appreciate that. Yeah, I get to work with Awaken Realms again on one of their board games. I worked with them on Tainted Grail for the better part of this last year, and it was a really, really, really fun project to work on, and they're a bunch of great guys, so I'm very pleased to be working with them again, and especially on a sci-fi board game. Will be a lot of fun, so. Yeah, actually just got the first batch of content to work on for that the other day, so. Hey, timer's going off. That means it's time for another giveaway. Everyone, go ahead and put a number between 1 and 20 in the chat. If you get the same number as somebody else, first person who puts it there gets it. I'm going to roll the dice. If someone matched the number that I roll, they get to choose a prize.
Yeah. Put those numbers in the chat. What's it gonna be? 1, 2, 3. No, wait, let me finish. 4, 5, 6. No, hear me out. 7. It's a possibility. 8. Yet another one.
What about after that?
Hey everyone, please welcome Barker to the stream. You know what? Please say goodbye to Barker from the stream. That was a...
Josh, that's
fun
cheating. You can't do decimals.
Oh!
Actually, it's not cheating. It's throwing the match. So I guess go crazy. Put decimals if you want. That's fine.
Yeah, you know, actually... I don't know why that got me so good. Nice. Oh, I figured it out, finally. Gosh.
Isn't
that took me... Yep. I was just trying to get this... There's like this little white side piece that goes on this big green piece, and I was just futzing with it, and I did the thing where I cut off both of them, but I forgot the numbers, so I was like, wait, is it this piece or this piece? So.
Yep. It's my life.
Ooh. Bold move, drop dice going with 4. Jarl DM with a nice odd 11.
All right. Let's roll them.
Can I roll this one?
Do it. Roll a d20.
But you can put it on the camera. People might think I'm cheating. You have to do it.
No. You're not going to
No,
cheat.
you have to do it.
You're not going to cheat.
You have to do it. I know I'm not going to.
No, do it.
Okay, here we go. 18.
18. Did anyone pick 18? Nobody picked 18. Womp, womp, womp.
Thank God. That would have ruined me because everyone would have called me a cheater. My integrity would have been called into question.
If we go one more round without anyone winning anything, we'll drop it down to a d10.
Whoa, that'd be nice. Awesome. I love how halfway through that sentence, you put something in your mouth so it sounded like you changed to like a southern accent, like a different kind of, like a Florida, if Florida somehow collided with Texas and got dropped like an A-bomb onto Arkansas,
Oh no.
it would be. I think that makes
I saw
sense.
a horror movie like that one time.
It's called Floor Texas NATO.
For Texas NATO. Cole, so if you win, you get to choose between a PDF copy of the Mecha Hack, a physical copy of the Mecha Hack, or this kit that I'm building right here, the RX-77D Guncannon, and you can choose whichever one you want. I'm gonna burp.
Good.
I'm spending way too much time gunmetaling these cannons, but I think it's gonna pay off big time. Here, I'm gonna let that dry before I try to do the inner barrel.
I don't think that's how plate tectonics work. What were we talking about? What stupid thing did I say? Oh, that is okay. I remember now. Man, I blacked out for a little bit and started talking about Florida and Texas. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
I gotta watch the VOD.
That was catch it on the replay.
Okay, finally got that. That's cool. Feels good, man. Oh, Heather brought me a coffee.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Kind.
Looks like something with milk in it. No, it's an almond milk latte.
Ooh, nice.
I'm getting in my daily cheaty from the Good Place.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
In my Lost Vikings mug. Wow, that might not have been good ASMR. Barker sips bubbles off the top of a latte. Lone Wolf says, I'm loving the Rammstein 9 Inch Nails coordination. This is actually a shirt that I got at Rammstein Air Force Base in Germany. So it's actually referring to the area, which I did some research today to figure out what that was, because I figured I was going to talk about it for some reason. Is like, that's actually the name of the swamp that they built up to build an Air Force base. I had heard and bought into the urban myth that it was named, that Rammstein meant battering ram in German, which is not the case. It's different. It's Ram something else.
Yeah, that is true. I learned that when I took German in college.
Oh.
We actually listened to Rammstein a lot in that class. It was great.
Did you really? Oh, I bet that helped you learn German.
It did, because, like, their songs are pretty simple. Like, the lyrics are, like, it's pretty basic German, so it's good. It's good to listen
man. Tell them how you feel.
Listen, I love Rammstein, but they're not writing the Battle of Evermore over here or anything.
They have a recent song where they sing in different languages, and I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Deutschland.
Yeah.
I think that's the one where they sing in different languages, but I love that record and that song.
Yeah. Rammstein is great. They are fantastic.
Yay! Look at what I did. Look at what I do. Ow! Nothing. Rambach. Yep, that's it. Absolutely. I looked that up on Translate today. I almost started a guided creativity episode with that false fact, with that fallacy, false fact.
Wow.
By talking about that. And then I was like, you know what, Barker, you should look it up. I'm glad I did.
I'm glad you did too.
Yeah.
I would have unsubscribed from your Patreon. I would have been like, this guy.
I wanted to say also that there are some people in the chat that are my patrons, and Cole, thanks for jumping in. And thanks for your patronage for me and for Matt as soon as you sign up. Just dumb. So dumb. I have no intention of marketing today, but I'm just being silly.
No, you're that's the way to market, is to be like, haha, just kidding unless you're serious.
I'm just dumb sometimes. Sometimes my brain just starts taking off. And maybe I should do more streams when this is happening. Let's flip to a random page in Mecha Hack.
Do it.
All right. This is the Ion Disruptor installation. A large cannon with bleeding edge arc generators designed to disable mecha from a distance. I love this because I used it in our Rogue Squadron Errant Wing game.
Oh, dope.
And I don't think it actually hit anyone. I think I tried to use it for ion cannons, and you were all too good.
Yeah, we were all way too good.
So I'm gonna release that game soon on YouTube and Patreon. But I wanted to mention that playing Squadrons afterwards kind of bummed me out because the mission that you start out doing is the same exact mission that I created for the first Errant Wing session.
It was pretty similar,
except it's better, and it's got Wedge Antilles is there, and like it's like, oh my gosh. So
that was fun though, that Errant Wing.
Yeah, it was cool. Keel and Gwen from the AbTab group they're kind of sampling a Starfighter hack, which is neat.
Yes, it's great. All right, I set another timer a little bit ago. We've got about 3 minutes until the next giveaway, folks.
Oh, Josh, thank you as well, our patron as well. I see you so often, and I forget we're just best friends, man.
All right, I'll have to do some touch-ups on these cannons, but I'm gonna call it good for now because I really wanna. I don't want to get fixated on that. I want to move on and do the backpack here. So I at least want to get the main build done, even if we don't get to the details. So,
what Mecha Hack module are you excited about the most, and its relation to that Gunpla that you're doing now?
So, I'm really excited about the. I'm gonna do the micro missiles module, which I think you've seen.
Yes.
It's one of the new modules that is in mission manual, and I'm gonna use it to represent the missile pods that I'm gonna kit bash onto this guy. And I'm really, really excited about that.
That's really cool. That's
the micro missiles it's kind of like the missile barrage, except that it's up close and it hits everything for a little bit of damage. You do a little bit of damage to everybody around you.
Totally. Oh, that's awesome.
Kind of inspired by the little darts in The Mandalorian.
Yep. Oh, I love those darts.
I love those.
It's almost time to watch that series again, man.
Yeah, I know. New episodes coming out.
I saw the scene where they're speaking Tusken Raider sign, and that I just remembered how amazing that was to see the first time.
Yep. All right, so I am. This is the backpack, which is the housing for the cannons, but also has like a bunch of vents and stuff on it for venting the heat from the cannons, which is really cool. So I need C10.
Oh, that's cool.
Where is C10? Oh, here it is. I'm assuming I need C9 as well for the side of the backpack.
C9 is when you leave the point and lose the game. Or step off the objective for a moment and lose the game because you stepped off. Fun fact. It's after Cloud9, the esports team. I'm full of dumb crap.
HG Mudrock. I don't know if I've ever seen that, Chris. I'm going to look it up right now. Oh, shit. I'm into this. Yes, that is very cool, Chris.
Pizza bites are done.
It's essentially a Gundam with the gun cannon backpack and cannons coming over the shoulders. It has a really cool machine gun with like 2 clips on the side. Wow, that's really neat looking, Chris. What is that from? It has a neat color scheme too, the blue with the gold. All right, it's time for another giveaway. We're gonna do one more D20 before we drop it down to a D10 to try and get some giveaways going here. In the chat, put a number between 1 and 20 if you want to try and win some stuff. If we get any replicants, any duplicate numbers, if there's any replicants in the chat, you better leave or I will call a Blade Runner to come get you.
No! Revolution begins now.
Yes, go ahead and put a number between 1 and 20 and I'll roll a D20 here in about 2 minutes and we'll see if we can get someone some fun stuff. This is really interesting. I have to be careful not to cut pieces that I need.
Ooh, I used up a spool. Yay.
Oh, I love that when you're done with one and you can put it in the box and you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yep.
It's such a good feeling.
Is there a reason I shouldn't throw this in the trash?
No, like I keep them around for no reason other than I have it in my head that I'll use them for something someday, but I never
I'll melt them down.
Yeah.
Into like
I don't know.
The ultimate kit.
I don't know what I'll use them for.
I'm tossing that one. Chris is probably going to chime in the chat with a really good reason to keep
use it for
them.
this. I saw one time someone used part of a runner to like create a machine gun, like a Gatling gun rotating barrel turret in the chest of a custom kit, and ever since then I haven't been able to throw anything away. So.
I love the idea that in my head canon that it's not a small Gundam that they're making with that; it's an actual machine gun.
Right. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
You can melt it down and fuel your car for it and get 30 miles to the gallon with the plastic residue from your spools.
Your spools. Oh man.
Oh man, there's a lot of numbers in the chat.
Hey, that's good. Great.
First person, right? You said the first person who chooses a number gets that number, right?
Yep. Yeah. If there are any duplicate numbers, the first person who chooses it gets that number.
If someone repicks because.
Yeah, you can repick. You can repick a number
Okay.
if someone else took yours.
Would you hypothetically want your special guest to tell people that they should repick if they didn't see? Just look at the numbers, everyone, and repick if you need.
30 seconds. I'm going to roll in 30 seconds.
Ooh, cables, ropes, ingots, pipes, etc. I bet that would look good for like conduit.
That's the other thing is like I'd love to get into like doing like dioramas and stuff, and I feel like if I have a bunch of runners just sitting there, I could.
Yep. I feel like terrain is something I'm never going to get into because I just do not have the space for it. Nor,
it's really true.
Yeah, it's also not at the top of the list of things that I would make space to do because I don't think I'm that good at it. I'd rather watch you, Jeremy, or watch Jake from Mini Terrain Domain, or I have no idea why I'm forgetting his name right now, but he's Scott. He's so prolific in the terrain. Scott is that last name McFarlane? Scott. Yeah, DM Scotty, I think. Wow. I'd rather watch someone else who knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Did that timer just go off?
I think it's been more than 30 seconds.
All right, that's definitely been 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and roll. You want to roll, Barker?
I rolled the last time. It's your turn.
Oh, you did roll the last time, didn't you? All right, here we go.
Look how generous I am. Look how generous I am.
17. Hey, we have a 17.
Oh!
Let me make sure that no one else picked it before you. All right, so Naomi Hunter, you have one. Go ahead and you can message me here on YouTube or any other platform. You can email me if you want to at mattclickedits@gmail.com and let me know if you would like a physical copy of the Mecha Hack, PDF, or Guncannon high-grade kit, and we'll get you hooked up. We will do another giveaway in 20 minutes since we just had someone win.
Excellent.
Everyone in the chat say, congrats, Naomi!
Congrats, Naomi! Yep, Scotty McFarlane. Scotty. Thank you, Jeremy.
Scotty McFarlane.
Hey, Josie Adams.
Hey, Josie.
Hello. All right. You just get stabbed?
Yep.
One of my favorite factoid trigger. One of my favorite moments in the Lord of the Rings extended edition special features is when they talk about how Christopher Lee taught Peter Jackson what it was like to get stabbed in the back, so that Saruman could get stabbed in the back in that movie.
God, that's so awesome.
He explained because he's seen people get stabbed in the back.
Yeah. Christopher Lee is just one of the most interesting people in the world. Like very, very easily one of the most interesting people in the world.
He's in an episode of the of some cool TV shows too, and he's a big part of the horror genre for Hammer Horror that I've been working on with Onyx Fat.
Yeah, you've been on the Christopher Lee train for some time now.
Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing would be my celebrity deathmatch episode if I could choose one. Who do you think would win that?
Between Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing now?
Yeah, I actually think it would be, because they're so goofy, they'd make it Christopher Lee versus Grand Moff Tarkin. Like, Christopher Lee wouldn't be a character, it would just be Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee, and then Peter Cushing would be Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yep.
I'm into it.
I think they'd give it to Christopher Lee. It's all rigged.
Cool,
anyway.
yeah. On Twitter is great, Naomi. If you wanna DM me on Twitter, we will get you hooked up on there.
If you do happen to choose the physical version of the Mecha hack, be sure to include your shipping address and phone number.
Yep. Oh shoot. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Christopher Lee did. He was in a band. Lone Wolf says he first did some vocal / narration for power metal band Rhapsody, several albums. Then he recorded his own metal album, Charlemagne.
Yep, he also has a Christmas album out, and it is incredible. He is Little Drummer Boy, can't be beat.
I love Peter Cushing, Lloyd. I love Peter Cushing so much. He's my favored actor in like horror and a lot of stuff, but I agree Christopher Lee would win. And I love Christopher Lee too. He's unstoppable. I don't know why I have such a crush on Peter Cushing.
I mean, because he's Peter
cool.
Cushing.
It's the voice, it's just the demeanor.
Yep.
In every single thing he does.
All right, so this is the backpack unit. So they got vents on the back.
Oh,
the
nice.
Cannons fit in the backpack unit. And there are some cool little, they're called vernier. That's what the little, every mobile suit has these little funnel jets, little thrusters, and they're called vernier engines. So there you go, there's a little factoid trigger. But anyway, there's a bunch of vernier engines on the back of the backpack, which I like to think are there to help stabilize the mobile suit after it fires these big ass cannons.
Those are the moments I like when I'm thinking about Gundam. The moments where they cross over to realism a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They acknowledge the laws of physics.
Sometimes there are some cool, like, it's Mecha, they're giant things, but there are those moments where it's like they make them feel very tangible, and I always really appreciate that.
There's a scene early on in Gundam Unicorn, so it's not really a spoiler. You should just watch the first 20 minutes of Gundam Unicorn. You really should, until the first fight. But the inside of the Kashatria, the pilot has these two handlebars, and underneath each of her fingers is a button, and she like clicks twice with this finger and once with this finger, like, and she switches guns to like missiles. It's like a code that she determines, what ammo or what weapon she's going to use. And I just thought that was so cool.
It's very neat, yeah.
It put me in a position where I'm like, imagine going to the academy. Do you ever type in your mind, I used to type in my head a lot when I was learning how to type, and I would have that like OCD typing words in my head. Maybe this is a completely personal experience.
I know exactly what you mean.
Nice. But I just imagined going to an academy and having to drill those codes into my mind so I knew what weapons I was switching to and being so good at it that it would be second nature. Oh man.
Hell yeah. Yep. Totally.
I'd be so good at it. I have the best OCD for typing in my head. That's the kind of OCD I have. The typing in my head and the like picking apart my face and like itching the hair out of my face. Like that's the best kind of OCD.
Yeah, I've got the hand picking. That's it. That's all I got.
You see the rubble that I've left behind me. That's no OCD over there. In fact, it could look a little more messy.
Do y'all want to see my daughter?
Yes.
She's gonna come in and say hi. I think she just woke up from her nap, so.
Oh, did you get a message?
I did.
Oh.
Come on in. You want to come say hi? Come here.
Look at that hair.
She just woke up from a nap. You say, look at over here. You see Uncle Babu? Yeah, there's Uncle Babu. Hi, Uncle Babu. Here, let's move this so people can see your cute face. Look at, there are 17 people watching right now. Just say hi.
This is going to play at your high school senior class slideshow.
Yeah. Yeah, look. Dada is building a new robot. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, that's a sharp tool. Ooh, you think those pieces go together? You're right, they do. All right, kiddo. You should go get a snack with Mama, okay? Go with Mama? Hey, don't forget your binky. Here.
Get some coffee in that kid.
Yeah, get her some coffee, wake her up. All right, this short appearance by Rowan Lynn Hill Click. Oh,
Rowan Lynn Hill Click, the first.
All right, so
I think the song needs more hi-hats.
I think you're right. Not enough hi-hats for me. So I'm gonna do a little cheat. If you're ever wanting to do a quick paint on Gundam kits, here's a little trick. So I have these little Vernier engines right here, and they're very small, and they're red. I don't want them to be red. I want them to be gray. I want them to be gunmetal. So I'm gonna take a little piece of paper here. If I can find a little piece of paper. Here. I've got this Gundam marker here. And I'm gonna kind of create a little pool of Gundam marker paint. Just kind of blot it up and make a little puddle. And then use a paintbrush, and I'm gonna paint them. That way I don't have to try and do it with the Gundam marker, because it would take forever.
I think that's so smart. Naomi in the chat says, I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more hi-hats. And I have absolutely been waiting for years for them to redo that sketch with Christopher Walken, but with hi-hats. And he's just like a lo-fi hip-hop producer or something instead of cowbell. I hope they do it someday. If they do it, you heard it here first.
Yeah, this was where the idea was born.
Right, Lloyd? It's wild to me that you use markers on Gundams. I'm still getting used to this one. But just a marker. And like Matt's doing, you press down and it just overloads with as much ink as you want.
Yeah.
Isn't it
Yeah,
funky?
and the thing, so the main thing, Lloyd, that's different with like something like this and something like a miniature is the surface area. You can't hand paint a Gundam, or else you get these horrible brush lines, and there's no way to get it smoothed out or opaque enough to not show the plastic through, even when you prime it. This is primed with gray primer and painted over, and it looks like absolute trash. So you have to do, unless you're like a really good painter, which I am not, you have to do airbrush with Gunpla. This is going okay. This is alright. I don't love it.
Armor.
It's not going quickly enough, so I might try it with the Gundam marker just so I can get the paint on there. Oh! My alligator clip. Yeah, it's funny, Lloyd. When I first started doing Gunpla when I was like a teenager, I had already been painting minis for a while because I did Mage Knight, and I tried to apply the same techniques that I had learned from painting miniatures, like dry brushing and washing, and it just doesn't work the same. It doesn't, like, you don't have to simulate shadows because the model kits are big enough to have their own shadows, if that makes sense. So it's not on this small scale where you're mostly working with lighting. It's more about getting consistent color on the pieces that you want, and it can be difficult for sure. Okay. So first vernier engine is done. Just gonna make sure that I cover up all that red, because I don't like the engines being red. And then stick it in here and let it dry. I need more alligator clips though.
Ooh, starting to need more space. These legs are interesting in that they are just a lot of pieces and a lot of different steps to use them. So there's a lot of accumulating of small pieces that have been assembled to eventually build them up into something larger.
And eventually you'll get to that point where it's like, oh, cool, I'm actually putting them together now.
Yep.
Yeah. So Lloyd, this is this shield here. This was a test I did the other night with acrylics, and this is 9 coats of blue and 4 or 5 coats of white. So if I really wanted to, I could do a few more coats of each and it would probably look a lot better. But ain't nobody got time for that. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't enjoy painting enough to want to do 10 coats on a shield to make it a different color. So I think airbrushing is going to be the way to go for me with Gunpla for sure. Yeah, so the Kashatria, its kind of main feature is it has these huge wings, and inside the wings it has these little drones that it can shoot out. There's like dozens of them. And each drone can sort of operate autonomously from the main unit and shoot enemies, and they shoot out these lasers. It's really, really cool. And I created for Mission Manual funnel drones module so that you could be able to do that. I was really happy with how it turned out.
Me too. That was a really cool ad. I love how much you're able to add to the game.
Okay. We're all fine here. How are you? Reactor leak, very dangerous. Give us time to shut it down.
So I accidentally squished one of the sprues, one of the PC pieces.
Polycaps.
Which is fun to say. Yep, one of the polycaps. And so I'm filing it a bit so it gets back into shape.
Smart.
If you're looking to get into shape, I recommend filing yourself.
Yeah, sandpaper.
Yep, sandpaper attached to one of those belts, those like leather belts that people for some reason used to like put their backs on and
Oh yeah,
like
and it
it
would just
like
shake
sweeps.
you. It would just
I've only seen that
vibrate
in
you.
movies. I don't know what that's for. I assume it's like.
I think the idea. Well, some people still think it because there's still fitness things that'll be like it'll shake the fat right off. Like basically the idea is like it will burn calories without you having to actually do anything. It'll move your body for you, which is like not how that works, but people think that maybe it is. Like there was that thing that was big a while back where it was like they were like these like almost like electrodes that you'd put on your body and they would like vibrate at like really high frequencies and
Yep, they still have those.
Yep. Same principle.
I remember hearing someone who used that once saying it didn't make me more paranoid because you'd just be like wondering when the next shock was coming, when the next jolt. Like, oh god,
you're just sitting there like, I hate it. I hate it.
You don't even have it on, and you're like, oh god, it's not there. It's not there. It's not really there.
Yeah, I think Lloyd. I think my birthday's coming up in February, and what I love to do for my birthday is I tell people, all right, well, I'm saving money for this, so give me money for this. I think I'll do that for maybe an airbrush in February. So, because honestly, like my wife T would get use out of an airbrush as well for her various art projects and working on minis and doing base coating on Warhammer minis and stuff would be a lot quicker. So. We would definitely get use out of it. Yeah, Chris said I wanted funnels for our game, but it's too early in the timeline. Yeah, we're not piloting the most advanced mobile suits for sure. No funnels.
That's cool that you're deep into that level of the lore. That's neat that you have a party of people who understand what that means. What the timeline
like everyone
means.
Everyone in the group is pretty into Gundam, and we're not like experts on it or whatever, but we all kind of have our different experience, and so it's like I love 08th MS Team. Like that's my favorite Universal Century like timeline thing, and so it's really easy for me to be like, okay, well, that 08th MS Team takes place in the 1 Year War, so I can kind of get inspiration from that and kind of go with that route. But if you're more into cool. like the original show or whatever, it just works out.
That's really cool.
So it's cool, and we have one Gundam. I think do we have one or two Gundams on the team, Chris? I can't remember, but one of the campaign is called Gundam Caliburn, and so one of us is piloting the Gundam Caliburn. And everyone
I got the back of this leg.
Stock mobile suits. Oh, look at that! That is so cool. I love the venting.
I don't know
those little details.
Yep.
That is very cool. That just like having it be the different colored plastic and the different shapes to give it that like kind of layered plated look is like very cool.
Feeling excited about it.
Yeah, I don't do painting on them, but I usually do little detail work, panel lining. I'll do decals and weathering as well.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna finish these legs.
Oh, dude, that's exciting. So I'm gonna finish up these cannons here. Do a little
H 11, 13, and 14.
Ooh, my wife's running to the mini mart.
Zebra cakes. No? Fine.
Not until a big red wall, please. Sweet.
Hostess apple pie.
Oh God, I love those little mini pies.
Yep.
Oh, we have one. Oh, you were deciding if you were gonna do one too, Chris. Gotcha. Yeah. So far we have a we have a gun cannon, a gun tank, a Gundam, and then Chris hasn't. You haven't decided, Chris. You said. Chris, if you don't do a Gundam, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do like a GM or? I'm sure you've said somewhere in the chat, but I probably missed it. All right, it is time for another giveaway. If you want to try to win a PDF copy of the Mecha Hack, a physical copy of the Mecha Hack, or your own RX-77D Guncannon kit, so you can build your own, go ahead and put a number between 1 and 20 in the chat. If we have duplicate numbers, whoever put the number in there first wins. I will roll a die in 3 minutes.
I forgot that they actually don't need to include their shipping address or phone number because it's a code.
Oh, yeah, for the... Oh,
I'm living
right.
in the past.
Yeah. Yep, living in the past. Probably a GM, if not a Gundam. I really love the GM, especially the GM ground type, like the orange. It's a really cool looking suit. Actually gonna do a little gunmetal on these guys too, while I'm waiting for the vernier thrusters to dry. How long have we been going? Hour and a half. Oh, hour and 45 minutes.
2 hours counting your time before accidentally not being live.
Damn it.
No, not that much.
Did timer go off? How does my timer keep? Oh, 1 minute, 12 seconds. We're gonna roll the die in a minute. So, and the cool thing about this Gundam game that I'm playing in is that we are using the Mecha Hack, and it's cool because it's not like a Gundam is necessarily any one chassis. So it's really, I don't know, just Mecha Hack is very versatile. I found it to be very versatile, and it's more versatile than I even sort of intended for it to be. And I've run Gundam stuff with it before. I ran a Gundam Wing game with it that was really fun, where I statted out the 5 main Gundams from Gundam Wing, and we had a really fun time playing that. But it's just cool that, you know, you can get some people together who understand Gundam and like the different weapons and the different sort of tropes and archetypes, and they can all find something in the Mecha Hack book that stands in for what they're trying to do. You know, like they can take something that already exists in the canon of something and recreate it in the Mecha hack so that it feels like it does. And that's, I don't know, that's really cool to me.
So go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I need your help. Maybe perhaps Chris Wilhelm's help with a question. So if you want to do the raffle first.
Well, why don't you roll the d20 and tell me what you get?
All right. Fine.
Fine.
19. I'm rolling high, man.
19. We don't have a 19 on the board, so that's a no win this time around. But for the next one, we will go ahead and do 1 through 10 and do a d10 roll, so the chances are higher. But go ahead and say what you were going to say.
What is this symbol that looks like 2 closing sliding doors? This is the piece. You see how that small piece on top connects into the leg?
Mm-hmm.
Into the leg? Well,
I think
it doesn't fit there.
I think that's maybe saying that you have to pry those apart, slip it in, and then close it. Is maybe like the closing is the pieces coming together.
That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Doesn't look like it would fit there though.
Chris might know better.
That wizard should know better.
I need my panel liner.
Oh.
Actually, I'm going to save the panel lining. Okay. So everything's looking good there. I'm going to let those dry. The verniers, I think, are ready to go. So I'm going to pull those off, look at them real quick, and then slot them into the backpack. They're looking pretty good.
It does tell me, but it's telling me in Japanese. This one is full Japanese. There's no English translation.
Yeah, that's most of the instructions will always be Japanese. Mike says use a hammer. I think it means use a hammer until it fits.
Great. Slip into sliding glass door and close repeatedly until the piece A is jammed into piece B. Hi, Kenya. How are you? Micah the Pipes is also in here.
Yeah, Mikey the Pipes.
I don't know what
Right,
to do
so
with
coming
this.
together here. The cannons are fully extended. You can see that they boop, boop, will flop over and the head sits between the cannons. Pretty awesome. I'm just gonna do a little bit of panel liner in here just to darken up the interior of the barrel. So it actually looks like a barrel, like a big, like, bored out barrel. We'll, of course, let that dry.
Oh, I put the wrong piece in there.
You fool! You failed!
I did. This is usually when I become horrified that I'm going to break the whole thing.
Oh, Chris said this is just completely idiot proof. If you Google Gunpla instruction icons, it should come up right away with a translation.
Chris, you're crazy. Google it. You're an insane person.
Crazy.
I can't handle
Don't
it.
listen to him. He doesn't know what he's saying.
It's a fad. Oh, okay, that worked. Okay. Let me pull this person's legs apart. Oh, God!
My legs!
Specifically a quadricep, I believe. Science. They do actually. This one, Chris. I think all of my kits except for this one have an English translation.
Oh, interesting.
I think. Because the sniper did. Ah! It's alive. It's alive. Whew.
Yeah, I know that the 30-minute missions have English in the instructions too.
Yep.
So this is what I'm doing now. Is this is panel lining. It's basically it's a super duper thin down. I believe it's enamel. Yeah, I can't remember, but it's a super thin down paint, black paint that is designed to run in the deep areas and seams and lines between panels on model kits, and so it gives you this really crisp, like, dark. It creates this definition between the plates and makes it look a lot, I don't know, it just makes it look cooler. You can also do things like, I put it in the little, like, the holes of these vents, and it makes them look almost like a little dirty, dingy kind of looking. Ooh, do we have more people in this? Hang on.
We do. What's
let me
the
adjust.
password?
Apparently, it's Baramiah Biggs.
I forgot I put Baramiah Biggs. Okay,
Oh.
here we go.
What is going on? Oh, man, I'm sorry you have to redo your whole camera thing.
No,
I was only going to stay for a little while.
No, that's fine. I knew
Okay,
this
good.
was gonna happen, so it's not a big deal.
I knew this day would come.
Oh shit. How's it
This
going,
is
man?
a
You just
cool
got
song.
finished watching or doing Tabletop Terrors.
We did. We recorded 4 videos. And so it was fun. We did like stuff about finding your RPG playstyle. We did stuff about reinventing combat for 5e. And I talked about
fun.
how I basically like how I removed movement from the fight in those that remain. And it basically
totally,
made it
yeah.
way less of a slog.
Yep.
Did stuff on how to get more out of published RPG material, like how to really wring the extra drops out of your stuff you bought,
Yeah.
and how to make awesome villains is another one.
Cool. Sounds like
Yeah,
some good
so-
videos.
Thanks, man. And we ended up just knocking those out, and then we were working on Tabletop Terrors Patreon.
Ooh, yeah. When is that landing?
So we finished it, and now we have to just put all the stuff from the doc onto the actual page.
Oh,
And
okay,
then,
yeah.
Like just import all the tiers, and then so like I don't know, maybe tomorrow. No, I don't know if it'll like launch. We're
Nice.
gonna launch in November.
You should do early. Launch it early and then change
That's
it.
what we're
Yep.
thinking.
Yeah.
So, well,
put it up
how
now
do you
so
do
people
it?
can start. So you put it up now so people can start joining. You know, put up a backlog.
Lloyd,
this
I'm
week.
glad that you feel me.
Yeah.
And then wait until the 1st of November to make it so it automatically like charges people, so people won't get charged for it. They can just jump in, see what you're about,
Cool.
and then yeah. So you have
That's
to,
awesome.
you'll have to actually like turn that on, so it won't be difficult to just start it this
That's
week.
beautiful.
Start accumulating
Perfect.
people such as me.
Love it, man. I gotta. Oh, actually. I had this really cool brainstorm from the Daily Ember. I don't remember what day it was, but it was the one about the the proverb about the ships in the harbor,
Yeah, I love that.
right?
Yeah.
Dude, it was cool.
fun to
So
make.
check this out. All right, I was invited to participate in this online game convention in Dubai. So someone hit me up on Facebook and they were like, "Hey, will you know?" And I said,
It's a
okay."
pyramid scheme.
So it's a Ponzi. No, so I end up the time slot I had to kind of get creative with, because it's like 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or something. but they were like, hey, we kind of want to do horror and all this other stuff. And that I couldn't figure out what crux I wanted to run. And that made me think of the crux that takes place in Aquianas.
Oh, nice.
It's called the Watcher in the Sea.
Yep.
And
very nice.
I was like, oh, so I started using that ember as my brainstorm for how I was going to run that crux.
I am so happy. First of all, I love that ember in particular because it's one that just popped into my head. I opened up Notepad and I was just sitting there, just stream of consciousness, just seeing what came out. And that was the thing that occurred. And it's neat to create something like that without external influence and then have someone else use it. That's really neat.
Yeah.
But also that the fact that you're diving into Dead Man's Guide to use it is really dope.
Cool. Yeah, I was going back and forth because they asked specifically for horror, and I was like, oh, which sphere crux should I run? But that didn't feel right, and I couldn't like figure out why. And then I was like, oh no, it's gonna be so cool.
That's really awesome, man.
And the players requested, I said, it'll have both, but do you want to lean more into role play or more into like combat? Because I wanted to know, and they were like, role play. We watched some of your games and we want it to be like really narrative. And I was like,
nice.
Well, hey, I'm your guy.
I'm your guy.
Man, this is crazy. The part of the barrel just broke, like straight up, like broke.
Oh,
what?
So I'm gluing it. It'll be fine. But I'm like, I've literally never had that happen where like a piece has just been like, nope.
Same. Like sometimes it'll worry you, like you'll hear the sound or you'll clip it and you'll be like, oh wait, oh crap. And then you look at it.
Yeah, no, but this is like straight up like it's cleft in twain.
It's cleft in twain.
Hey, cleft from a zero in twain.
Right.
It's also a reason
barrel.
to get far into Gunpla. That's a good reason to, because you always have extra pieces.
Yep.
That's another good reason to accumulate a bunch of weird crap.
Yeah. So anyway, I was trying to show. I was trying to show the. Okay, so the backpack and the torso chest piece are done, and the guns fold forward.
That's
like
cool.
that. But the barrels also extend, which I won't do right now because one of them's drying. But the barrels slide out and they become like these big long bore like cannons. So.
That's awesome. And
yeah.
The red of that is gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited with how this is going to turn out. There we go. Lloyd asked what Tim was building, and he said, where did he say it? If Tim ain't crafting, get him the hell out of here. We have laws here, dang it. This is a crafting stream.
It's crafting a Patreon.
Yeah, he's crafting
building
a
a
Patreon.
Patreon.
Hey, that's what I'm doing. I gotta, unrelated to that, but it reminded me of crafting. Do you want to see?
Related.
Someone got me this gift, and it blew my mind.
Oh, hey! Is it an SG?
It is a Gibson SG. It's a replica of the guitar that I play, and it is this like super.
Oh my gosh.
Like high quality, high detail. It's got like a tone selector switch. I don't know if you can see that. It is like.
Yep. That is legit. Are those
Yeah,
real strings?
Yes.
Is that a capo?
What?
Or is it like what the guitar stand piece?
It's a guitar stand. It's like comes
Nice.
on a little stand. It blew my mind. I was like. And it was really cool because it's one of those gifts that they're just like, yeah, I just thought of you.
I didn't know you had a Gibson SG, Tim. That's really cool. That's just an epic guitar.
It is. And so the interesting thing about an SG is that the neck is like, I don't know how much thicker, but it's thicker than any of their other guitars. Well, at least definitely than the Les Paul and the Explorer. Yeah, so it's like, it's like a truck. If the SG was like a vehicle, it would be more of like a truck, whereas the Les Paul is more like a, like a sleek hot rod kind of car. But it's funny when I go back and forth between playing the Les Paul and the SG, because if your fingers get used to that bigger fretboard, it can feel like tiny and cramped. Like until you get used to the Les Paul again, you're like, it's tiny. It's not. It feels tiny.
That's I have a Fender bass that has like a baseball bat of neck, and so
Yes.
I practice on that, and it's like, why did I choose this? Why didn't I just get like a tiny little neck bass?
I had a Epiphone Thunderbird for a while that I was playing, and
I love it.
I loved the look and I loved the sound, but it was like trying to turn around in a parking lot in a semi-truck playing that thing. Like, it was just the fattest. It was a 5-string too, so it had this big fat neck, and the headstock was so heavy that if you weren't cradling the neck, it would slant downward towards the floor. Like, the headstock was so heavy that it would pull the bass towards the floor.
Oh my gosh. That had to kill your back.
Oh god, it was awful. It was so unwieldy. It was like I remember one time we were playing, and I just was like, I'm done with this bass. I was like, I can't play it anymore. I love the way it looks. I love the way it sounds. Like, it had the just even without any effects on it, it just had this really low growl that was just so satisfying.
Yeah.
God, that thing was a pain in the butt. It was like I was playing that, and I was playing a Schecter, and the Schecter was just like,
ooh, yeah.
Oh, it was like driving around in a moped compared to the.
That's fantastic. I actually would have thought too. This is so with that bass that you're talking about with the 5 strings. Like, I know that growl you're talking about. I know that exact. It's that low B and everything.
Yep.
In the first like 4 frets and that open low B, because it's growly, but it's clear. It's not rumbly.
Yep.
It like
God, it's just it's really good.
Basses.
And it was it was a good bass, but it was just the balance of it was completely off. It's like one of those things where like, man, I've never thought about how heavy a headstock is before now.
Barker made legs.
Look
those
at those!
Look so awesome.
Oh, they're so
those
cool.
Are huge.
Show
I love
Tim
this,
the,
like, rocket
the vents on the back.
That is sick. Bro, look at the bottoms even.
Yeah,
you're
so
muted,
cool.
Barker. Barker, you're muted.
Have I been muted this whole time?
You have been muted the whole time. If you're like, why are these buttheads talking over me?
Did you not hear my comment about the bass being a baseball bat? You must have. I must have.
No,
I heard that.
I heard
that,
you.
yeah,
I heard
that.
you say that because that made me think of my Thunderbird.
Okay, cool. Dude, yeah.
Barker.
Okay, so these legs are awesome. This is the upper body that's
Oh my
still
God.
not quite finished. Yeah, dude, right? Those freaking wings are gonna be rad. And then
That head
the
fit,
middle
dude.
section is next. Look, I love this freaking thing.
Serious.
And actually, Matt. Oh crap, Matt is the. I think Matt, you gave me. No, this is the sticker. If you see the eye, that orange eye.
Oh yeah.
That's a sticker, and
You got a sticker
you
in there, you
recommended
monster.
I know, right? I should paint it though, right? No, Matt put a gem, like a little rhinestone.
So I have these
He
little.
did his.
These
Yeah.
are Zaku eyes. They're crafting rhinestones. They're like little gems, but I use them for Zaku eyes. And
Rhinestone
they were
Zaku.
yeah.
Listen, is there some sort of country in Western Gunpla? Because
There's now.
So
we're
there's this
missing out on
crazy
the genre.
Gundam show called G Gundam that has Gundams like in a sport, like a gladiator sport, and there's one for every country. And I'm pretty sure that the one from America is a cowboy Gundam.
Yep,
That would
there
make
it is.
sense.
I was like, yep. All right.
I'm actually gonna take off, guys. I got
Alrighty.
the legs. I need to eat food, or else I'm gonna die. So that just.
Well, we don't
Yeah,
want you
don't
to die.
die.
So
We don't want you
Yep.
to die. I am actually going to take off as well. I'm going to eat some dinner, but thanks Matt for letting me pop in here and
yeah, And
Yeah, I can't wait to see that thing finished, both of you.
I know, I'm trying so hard to finish it today. I don't know if I am, though, because this is all I got done because I got distracted trying to make the gun barrels look like metal and not just building it like I should have been. So
And trying to give away a bunch of mecha hack stuff.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
big
that too.
distraction.
Ah, distractions.
But yeah,
Good.
Barks, thanks
Well,
for hanging out and building with me, man. That
For
was
sure.
great.
Thanks, Tim. I was happy
For sure.
to see you in here. And
Same.
until next time. And then we'll.
Yeah, until
then,
next time.
Tim, you got to come up with something to craft, like build a guitar or something like that, and then Lloyd will shut up.
You know what's even worse? I'm looking at 2 unbuilt. Well, one's half. I could be doing what you're doing. So I have
Yes.
no excuse. I have opposite excuses.
3 or 4 tabletop terrors videos, and Patreon is kind of it.
Yeah, Patreon. Yeah, there you go. But
Let us all know when that the tabletop terrors Patreon is up, because I'm.
I will. I appreciate that. And Matt, how long
Son of a
are you doing
bitch.
this?
What?
It'll be a while. No, I said, how long are you going to be doing this?
I was gonna try and go until I finish this, but I think I might call it at like 4. I think will be my cutoff
Okay,
time.
cool.
So
All right.
that's in about 40 minutes.
Killer. Awesome. Love you all. I'll catch you later.
Love you too, man.
Bye, guys.
See you, Matt. See everybody in the chat.
Later.
Good
Peace.
to see you.
To see you. All right. Well,
I mean, leave.
it's just us now. I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. Running just as fast as we can. Okay, so let me show you one of the things I'm trying to do here. Is I want to do, I think I mentioned this, but I want to do some kit bashing here. And so we're going to look at, basically what I'm thinking is I've got the sticky tack here, and this will help us kind of go. Sticky tack and stick this on here so we can see how it would look. But I want to do like, here we go. Like rockets on the shoulders, like that. But I don't know if that's going to be too much with the gun too. So you have the guns and the rockets. So I might put the rockets like elsewhere on the body. I'm not sure yet, but we'll put them someplace cool. I think these like little missile pods that I scavenged from another kit. And do a little bit of kit bashing. So these cannons are finicky and keep breaking. It's really weird. I'm not really sure what's going on with them. But they're breaking on the same spot. The other one just broke too. So we're gonna do a little bit of plastic cement and put that piece back. And then I'm hoping that this one, man, it's really weird. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna extend it out. Do a little plastic cement on this guy here. And then that should help this piece actually stick in there. There we go. So we'll get it working. Yeah, it's really weird. It's they both broke it at the same, and it wasn't like a. It's not a seam or a panel. It's like just right down the middle of the barrel. It like broke and cracked, but luckily plastic cement is magic, and it's really not that big of a deal to get it working again. So let's set that aside for now and continue on the arms. So this is the left arm. We're gonna do the right one here really quick. So let me pop these pieces off. Here. We're gonna we're gonna go fast here. We're gonna try and do a little bit of a speed build. I want to try and finish the kit. We're not gonna get to weathering today. It's just not gonna happen because we'd have to wait for the finishing coat to go through too. So we'll just real quick try to get through the build, so we at least have the build done, and then I can always do the weathering and detailing stuff off of stream. Yeah, thighs, hips are good for the pods. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This guy's got pretty chunky legs too, so maybe some like missile pods on the legs would be cool. We might try that. So I do want to do another giveaway though, so I think it's about a good time to do that. So everyone go ahead and put a number between 1 and 10 in the chat. Again, duplicates, the person who put it in first will get theirs counted. And in about 2 minutes, I'm going to roll a d10. And if the number matches a number in the chat, that person will win a prize. Either a PDF copy of the Mecha Hack, a physical copy of the Mecha Hack, or one of these Guncannon kits to build yourself. Oh, jeez. Sorry, everyone's getting WhatsApp notifications now, and they're like, oh my god. Gates, too, is another way. The little sprues, a lot of people refer to them as gates. Alright, so put this guy in here. For the joint. A little polycap. And then slot this piece in here. Maybe. I completely forgot about that idea for that character. That's funny. The Robert California elf. I can't even remember what that was for or what I was talking about. It's funny though. Alright, let's roll a die. We're gonna do a d10. That's a 3. Man, seriously, guys? We don't have a 3? Oh, no, we do. Havoc Bringer guy. Yay! All right, Havoc Bringer guy. You have one, either a PDF, a physical book of Mecha Hack, or a Guncannon kit of your own. Go ahead and message me here on YouTube. Email me at mattclickedits@gmail.com, or you just hit me up on any sort of social media platform. And we'll get you hooked up. Cool. Alright, so that's both shoulders done there. We're gonna do the arms next, so we need C20. Man, actually, I'm hitting my wall. I'm hitting my staring at this thing wall. Let's fit these shoulders in here. Looking pretty good. So you can see the shoulders there, and there's the backpack unit with the little vents, the vernier engines. They actually look, the verniers turned out pretty good with the gunmetal. I think they look really nice. So, and then the guns fold forward on the shoulders. And they, let's see if I can pull them out without breaking the barrels. They extend out. So I think that looks pretty dope. Like it's coming together. So what I want to do is, again, I want to do a little bit of kit bashing with this guy, and we've got these missile pods over here. We're going to put the missile pods somewhere. We're going to do some weathering and some decal work on this guy. But I think I'm hitting my limit here in terms of sitting here at my desk and looking down. So, yeah, we've been going for about just over 2 hours now. And yeah, I think we had a good amount of people show up for a Sunday afternoon. So yeah, I like the gunmetal too, Cole. I think it turned out pretty well. I did some little like gunmetal accents on one of my other kits. Here, I'll grab it really quick on this GM ground type. This guy here. You can see like the rail of the shield is gunmetal. The gun itself, the vents on the front of the torso, the studs on the knees, those are all that like gunmetal kind of look. So yeah, that's kind of what I've got going on. Yeah, I'd love to chat about submission manual stuff while I have everybody here. So if people don't mind kind of hanging out for a little bit. So for those of you who aren't aware, we're working on a new Mecha hack book called Mission Manual. And Mission Manual, in addition to having some new player options, some new pilots, some new chassis, and things like that, it's also going to have more than 30 missions, these like one-page missions that are designed to run sort of on the fly one-shots using, various things from the setting of Lodestar Alpha, and it's been really cool to put those together. But the cool thing about it is that we have some people from the community who are helping us write these missions. So there is a mission from Lloyd Collins. We've got a mission in there from Chris Wilhelm. Gwen Reed is writing a mission. Marquise Hardis, Jeff Doty, Jim Moreno, Kevin Whitlock. I know I'm going to forget somebody. I think that might be everybody. Hang on, let me look. JB Little, Drop the Die. He's writing for us. And Marquise, Chris, Gwen, JB, Jim Moreno, Kevin, Lloyd. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's everybody. So anyway, really cool people helping us write the book and creating missions. And the missions themselves are so fun, so usable. Each mission is just a single page, and you basically get like a mission briefing, and then you get a couple of tables. There's a table in there for like different objectives that the mission can have. So even if you're not doing like the main sort of crux of the mission, you can have these different objectives that factor in. And then there's also twists, so you can have like twists that happen during the mission. And then there's a kickoff, an action, and a climax, and those are like the three parts of the mission. And everything is super simple. It's very like pretty adventure kitty in the way that it feels and in the way that it's written. So if you're into adventure kits and you've enjoyed those in the past, I think you'll really dig Mission Manual. So we've been working really hard on that, and that is we're likely going to put up on Kickstarter here, hopefully before the end of the year. That is the goal. And actually, we're coming up on, I want to have the book finished by the end of the month. So this last week here is like kind of the last time I get to do any writing on the book. I'm writing a bunch of new rules and new modules and new enemies and things like that. So we're going to do that, and then we're going into proofreading and editing and hopefully kickstarting next month, November. That's the goal. So hopefully that all goes off without a hitch. And we've got Hank Runehammer doing the art again. He's already done some really, really dope art. And I'm like really proud of how the book is shaping up. So that'll be coming out here soon, and we'll of course have some more to share with you guys as things progress and go on. So yeah, this was a lot of fun, everybody. Thank you for hanging out, for joining me. Again, on Patreon this week, Barker and I talked a little bit about, the different modules and things like that we would put on this guy. So I'm going to be statting this guy out, even though he's not quite finished, but I want to finish him, take some cool photos of him, and then stat him out so you could use him in Mecha Hack if you wanted to. So, yeah. This was a lot of fun. We got to do some giveaways. Those of you who won the giveaways, again, get in touch with me and we'll get you your stuff here soon. Otherwise, we're going to be doing another one of these here in a couple weeks. So we'll see you guys then. Provokers is this week, Wednesday, at 6 Pacific. So definitely come hang out for Provokers. And what else is happening this week? I don't think anything else. I think that's it. Hopefully I didn't schedule anything else that I'm forgetting about. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope your weekend has been great. Please continue staying safe and healthy wherever it is you are. And I need to finish putting my office back together from when I decided to rotate my desk 90 degrees. So take care, everyone. We'll catch you next time on Gunpla and a little bit of game design.